Hi, I'm Charlotte Simon. I just finished up my AAOT degree here at Chemeketa. This term, in addition to this class, I'm finishing up the second year Spanish series. My goal is to be an elementary ESOL teacher. I work full-time as an instructional assistant in a K-5 elementary school. Along with non-instructional duties, I proctor testing, manage assessment data, teach reading intervention groups, facilitate math support in the computer lab, and a host of other tasks on any given day. I got to be the librarian this week. I love my job. Often when I stop and think about it, I still find it hard to believe that I actually get paid to do what I do. My favorite part is just talking with the kids and listening to their responses. They are interesting people. The most rewarding aspect for me is being there to witness those discovery moments, revelations, and hard-earned achievements. The hardest part of my job are those moments when I'm reminded of the limits of my ability to help students. This year, right before Christmas, a second grader came up to me and told me out of the blue that his dad had started drinking again. Another time, a new third grade student told me that he had been taken away from his home the previous week and was staying at a different house now. Such moments make me realize how critical it is to make every minute I have with these kids count and look for ways to fill their bucket. I have a husband and 3 daughters. My oldest graduates from high school in 2 months. My middle daughter will be promoting from 8th grade to high school, and my youngest will be promoting from 5th grade on to middle school. Prior to returning to college and work 2 years ago, I had been a stay-at-home mom for 13 years. We live out in the country, surrounded by farm fields. We have a cat and 2 dogs. I enjoy many hobbies, few of which I've had time to pursue lately. As I look out the window at the lovely weather we've been having lately, I remember that I like to garden. My daughter informed me the other day that we need to have a garden this year. She especially missed having zucchini. I like to go for walks with my girls and my dog. I actually got to enjoy a walk last week while my other daughter was at track practice. Over spring break, my middle daughter got out my guitar and asked me to get her started with a few chords. In the process of showing her, I remembered how much I loved to play. At first I was frustrated because as I looked at the neck I couldn't remember where my fingers were supposed to go. After struggling through a few chords, however, my fingers began to remember, and it was almost like I hadn't stopped, except for a bit of stiffness. I also like to knit, but my last project was a scarf nearly a year and a half ago. Reading is another of my pleasures. Right now I'm consumed with work, as our district is preparing for some major changes for next year. I'm also working on getting transcripts, applying for my degree, and getting all my admissions and financial aid stuff sorted out. I hope to be enrolled in a bachelor's degree program beginning summer term. I'll have the summer off from work and I hope to get a strong start with my classes. My goal is to be finished with my bachelor's degree and have earned my initial K-8 license so that I can be a licensed teacher for the 2015-2016 school year. Although I have definite views on education, I've never before attempted to distill my various thoughts and opinions to state my educational philosophy. Teach kids how to learn. Foster their innate sense of discovery and curiosity. Provide an environment that encourages risk-taking. Model making mistakes. Affirm the value of each learner's unique strengths. And challenge each learner to take their thinking to a deeper level. I think that as educators, our role is to keep the fire of learning burning inside students. Help them come to understand what kind of learner they are, and discover effective approaches to learning that they can take with them. Rather than set kids up for failure by expecting them all to fit into the same mold, I think we need to make provisions in our system that allow kids to develop to their individual potential and fulfill the purpose for which each was designed. I'm encouraged to see that the state of Oregon has adopted what they call the 40-40-20 plan. It really steps up the achievement expectation for students and for our educational system. But it also seems to take into account that not all students are or necessarily should be college-bound. It recognizes that some students aren't destined for careers that require a college education. The intention is that all students will graduate high school, and be ready either for a 4-year university, 40%, a 2-year college or trade or vocational school, 40%, or have gained the skills necessary for employment in the workforce, 20%. It's like that each school district has to submit their own plan outlining how they'll achieve this goal by the year 2025. This year's kindergartners will be that graduating class, and I want to be actively engaged in bringing them to that goal. It's a huge shift for public education. Yes, standardized tests will play a part in evaluating our progress toward that goal, but the standardized test model is shifting as well. It will evaluate how well students can demonstrate appropriate growth and development of language and thinking skills in the areas of reading, writing, math, and the content areas. I think that goal forces educators to rethink their approach to teaching. It's uncomfortable and scary, particularly for teachers who have gotten comfortable after many years of business as usual. That teachers will be assessed on their students' performance is causing many teachers to worry and fear. On a daily basis, they deal with frustrating things like parents who won't send their kids to school regularly, students who have such horrible home lives that they can't possibly be able to focus on academic achievement, and the continual disruption such factors cause to the learning process for the rest of the students in the classroom. I know that to a large degree, there's a limit to what teachers and schools can accomplish against such huge obstacles. Overall, as a parent and educator, I'm pleased with the challenge facing us. I think it's an opportunity to break away from the way things have always been done, because it forces us to examine our methods in light of our goals. I'm hopeful that the new approach will be a better fit for those students who previously have found mainstream education to not be a good fit. I'm excited about this new leg of the journey I'm about to begin toward becoming a licensed teacher. I know it's my calling, and that teaching is what I'm meant to do, but at the same time I feel a bit overwhelmed with the huge responsibility teachers carry. I recognize that I will inevitably fail at times, and that's difficult for me to accept. However, if I continually nudge students to look expectantly to what they're meant to become, and if I supply opportunities for them to try hard things and succeed, I think they'll develop the internal tools they need to learn throughout life.